Have you ever worked for one of those hero leaders? The person who's at the absolute center of, well, everything. Well, today, we're going to explore this massive shift away from that old model. We're talking about moving from a leadership ecosystem, which is all about the I, to a much more collaborative ecosystem, where it's all about the we. Let's dive in and break down what that really means.
So this one question really gets to the heart of it all. Is leadership just one person planting a flag on top of a hill? Or is it something more dynamic, a process that happens between a bunch of people? How you answer that question completely changes how you build a team, run a project, or even structure an entire company.
Okay, so to really get where we're going, we first have to understand where most of us have been. And for a lot of us, that's in a model we can call the ecosystem, a world that's fundamentally built around the individual, around the I.
So what exactly is an ecosystem? Well, it's that traditional top-down model we all know. It treats leadership like this heroic individual thing, where one person is the center of gravity. They hold all the cards, the vision, the power, and all the responsibility. Just picture that classic pyramid structure in your head.
An ecosystem usually has a few key giveaways. First, leadership is seen as a solo act. And that leads directly to the second point, centralized decision-making, where every important choice has to flow all the way up to the top. And how do you maintain that kind of control? You guessed it, you get closed systems and information silos. It's a structure built for control, not collaboration.
But the world is changing, and so is our idea of what makes a team or a company really work. And this brings us to this huge ecosystem shift, a really powerful move away from I and towards we.
An ecosystem, on the other hand, is a totally different beast. It's a leadership model that sees success as something that is fundamentally a group effort. The whole goal here isn't to hoard power at the top, but to actually design an environment, an ecosystem, where collaboration can just flourish and where great ideas can pop up from anywhere.
This quote is everything. It's the whole game, right here. It's about changing your entire mindset. Stop seeing leadership as a person and start seeing it as a process. It's about finally admitting that no one person ever has all the answers and realizing that the group's collective brainpower is always going to be stronger.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But how do you actually do it? How do you build an ecosystem? Well, it all comes down to making some very intentional design choices. Let's look at the practical, nuts and bolts building blocks.
So the very first design choice is all about power. Ecosystems, they hoard it at the center, but ecosystems, they push it out to the edges. By decentralizing authority, you empower the people who are closest to the problems to actually go ahead and solve them. And that creates a way more agile and resilient network.
And building on that, let's talk about the second key choice, information flow. Ecosystems just thrive on closed systems, where knowledge is power and it's often kept under lock and key. Ecosystems, on the other hand, they're built on open systems. The whole point is to make information flow freely, so everybody has the context they need to do their best work.
And really, this is the end game. This is the ultimate goal. Every single choice you make about who gets to decide or who knows what, it's all aimed at one thing, designing an environment that unlocks that collaborative superpower that's already waiting inside your team.
Okay, now we can really start connecting the dots. Because these structural choices, they're not just about making people feel good. They are directly linked to achieving your biggest, most important strategic goals. Let's take a look at how all these pieces fit together. It's actually a really clear, logical path. That mindset shift, it has to come first. Once you truly believe that leadership is a collective thing, you'll naturally start redesigning your structure for more openness and decentralized control. And only then, with that solid foundation in place, can you unlock the kind of deep collaboration that makes your biggest strategies come to life. You can think of it like 3 pillars holding everything up. You need the right mindset, that's how we think. That mindset supports the right structure, that's how we organize, which in turn allows for the right connections, that's how we all interact. Now, if any one of these pillars is weak, the whole system gets wobbly. But when they're all aligned, you create a powerful, thriving ecosystem. So this brings us to the most important part of this whole conversation, you. How can you take these ideas and actually make this shift to reality in your own work, on your own team?
So, if you remember anything, remember these things. First, leadership itself is evolving. It's going from an individual sport to a team sport. Second, your organization's structure isn't set in stone.
It's a choice you make every single day that either helps or hurts collaboration. And finally, the real magic happens when you line up your mindset, your structure, and your human connections to push your strategy forward.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. Just take a look at your team, your organization, or maybe even your community. What is one small design choice, just one, that you could make tomorrow to help build an ecosystem, not an ego system, in your world?